we've been hearing a lot from different folks, particularly in response to, Colin Kaepernick's protest, that, people just need to start respecting police officers. I really have, or because of, the protests involving, the flag, we need to respect military families but I think something you just said, Karen, was so true, that this is a human rights issue, right? And we shouldn't be comparing one group of loss of life to another. Like, loss of life is a problem across the board. And in this instance, we have people who are saying, well, you're offending us with the way you're objecting to this, objectification of human bodies. And because our feelings are hurt, you shouldn't do it like this. But is this an issue that we should be focusing on the respect or how we're doing it? Or do we need to take time out then to explain to people that we're not being disrespectful? We're not, do you even need to do that?
So, I just so enjoy you two. I could hang out with you all almost every day. You've made my day.
Well, we can definitely do this again.
In my day job, I'm on point to lead an organizational change, and then we call it respect. And it's creating a work environment where everyone feels included, valued, and heard. And at the core of this is, in order to change our habit of behaving, doing something different, we have to change our habit of speaking and our habit of thinking, which takes us right back to the 98 to 96% of our behaviors and actions that are controlled by our subconscious, what we call implicit bias. And so it's going to take both. It's going to take listening. It's going to take talking, and it's going to take action. But it's also going to take, I think, let me say it this way. Let me back up. I was sitting on a panel for our state here, and the question was, how do we achieve equity in state government? And my response was, well, maybe I'm too old or maybe I'm too tired. But right now, my answer to that is, if you have to ask that question here in 2016, maybe you have the wrong people in the seat. So why don't you just go ahead and fire them and hire those of us who know what to do? And it does come down to respect, which is, according to Aretha Franklin, RESPECT, find out what that means to me. And not tell me what that means to me or project onto me what that means to me. And it's about really embracing our difference. People use, I guess, diversity is not the cold word for whatever, Black, I don't know, just call it what it is. But when I hear the word diversity, that means however many people there are in the world, that's called diversity, because each of us has an individual thumbprint or fingerprint. And it's time now to do things differently, because if not, what's going to happen again is more Black people are going to take justice in their own hands, as Michael was alluding to. And my concern is that every Black person in America is going to say, you know what, the NRA is absolutely right. Let me go ahead and get my little gun and exercise my Second Amendment right because I'm in fear of my life. Or we will have the police to say, well, you know what, we're sick of all y'all, so we're just going to go ahead and walk out. So y'all go ahead and patrol yourselves. And then the concern here in our state is that, we definitely don't want police officers of who are Black or brown, to say, you know what, but we're not going to get charged, so we just go ahead and make this right. We just go ahead and kill all these white people. So see, none of this is constructive, and it's time to be constructive. Listen, talk, hear, and be part of the change we want to see. Maybe perhaps instead of incarcerating these young men, maybe they need to do some community service like law enforcement. I don't know. But we have to do something different, and it starts with dialogue, and it also starts with standing up and saying enough is enough. And who was it? South Carolina or Charlotte, they decided, you know what, we go back to old school. We go just boycott. If maybe Black lives don't matter, well, does our green money matter? Because it's about greed, power, and control. So it's time now for all people of goodwill to come together, maybe lock arms and sing "We Shall Overcome." They seem to like that as we begin to figure out what are we going to do so that we can live together in this beloved society where we respect each other for who we are and not allow anybody to kill us and deem us less worthy as a human being because of the color of skin. We will not stand for that. And so it's time to stand up against that and for the sanctity of all life. And be part of the solution and not part of the problem.